what's up? My name is Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I typically make bookish content, movie content, and anything else in between because I like to do whatever I want on this channel, and tonight is going to be movie content. The movies I react to on this channel are typically book-to-movie adaptations. They're adapted from books that I have read because I like comparing the two, but spooky season is upon us. For the holiday season in general, whether that's Halloween or Christmas, I kind of just put like a twist on that. Rather than watching a movie adaptation of a book I have read before, I just watch any horror movie that I've never seen before, whether it's based on a book or not. I don't even know if tonight's is based on a book. For tonight's movie reaction, I will be reacting to The Cabinet of Caligari. It is a silent film that came out in the 1920s. I believe that this movie is considered the first horror movie of all time, if not one of the first. I don't know too much about it plot-wise, other than it's a man and a woman, not reminiscing, that's too positive of a word, but kind of like remembering the scary things that happened to them, and it has to deal with sleepwalking. The version I will be watching is free on YouTube, and there is like a kind of introductory title card, and it does say that this film contains the original coloring and the original toning. When it comes to like the music and sounds we'll be hearing, I don't know if that's original, so just please keep that in mind. One final thing when it comes to this film, during the reaction I will be reading aloud like the title cards that a lot of silent films have, and I'll do that just so you guys can like keep up with where I'm at. But without further ado, let's get started with The Cabinet of Caligari. This music's already setting a tone. I kind of wish I was watching this at like midnight and not noon. Is it even noon yet? Yeah. It's very creepy. There are spirits, they are all around us. They have driven me from earth and home, from wife and child. Hearth and home, from wife and child. I don't like this squeaking sound. It's freaky. That is my fiance. What she and I have lived through is stranger still than what you have lived through. I will tell you all about it. I like the font of these title cards. Oh boy. Special edition Fair in Holston Wall. For the first time, entertainments of every variety. I kind of like how like kooky the set design is. I wish to apply for a permit to present my spectacle at the fair. A somnambulist. Okay, that they use that word in the letterbox description, and I did look it up, so that's how I know it's about sleepwalking. Oh, look at the monkey. Step right up. Presenting here for the first time, Cesare the Somnambulist. I did not pronounce that right. Or Caesar. Cesare is how that spelling is pronounced in Italian, which is what I speak, but I know this is a German film. End of Act 1. That night, the first in a series of mysterious crimes took place. Murder. The town clerk has been killed. Stabbed in the side with a strange pointed instrument. Yikes. Look at that drawing on the poster. Step right in. Presenting here for the first time, Cesare Caesar, I don't know, somnambulist. Somnambulist. He's 23 years old, and he has slept for 23 years. Continuously. So this is where the sleepwalking would come in, right? Right before your eyes, he will awaken from his death-like trance. Step right in. Okay. The sounds. The makeup. Same. That's disturbing. And he'll answer our questions because he knows every secret. Knows the past and sees the future. Except even his legs are creepy. Something about his legs and the way those pants fit. Oh, you know it's gonna be a short answer. How long will I live? Till the break of dawn. I didn't think it was gonna be that short. Both love her. We love a good love story. We'll leave the choice up to her, but whomever she chooses, we shall remain friends. Okay. Good luck. Oh. Alright, end of Act 2. Okay. Gonna know the sleepwalking man's correct. The makeup these people had to wear back then. I can't imagine like how long they would have to sit in that chair for. The look. It jumped a little. I will obtain police authorization to examine the somnambulist. Oh, I don't. Mm-mm. kind of like how this door is on a slant, and the window too. They're all, like, the whole building actually is like on a slant, because I feel like it adds to that, like, kooky, creepy vibe. Those gloves remind me of Mickey Mouse. Don't like that face. Two-time murderer caught in third attempt. We're only halfway through this movie. I don't think so. These acts are going by really fast because we're already on 4. Worried because her father has been away so long. I had nothing to do with the 2 murders, so help me God. The old woman, it's true. I tried to kill her by stabbing her in the side with a similar knife. So either way, you got caught doing a crime. Like, without looking up the word some balumin, whatever that word is means, like, that poster of him looks like a zombie. And I am uncomfortable. My back and my neck hurts. This is a trap, and I don't trust this. Same, I'd be hightailing it out of there. I mean, like, I figured it had to do with him, and that's so creepy. See, no. This is why I close my window blinds every night. This is like my fear, just a peeping Tom in the window like that. And this music's stressing me out. Either guilt or falling in love. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So not guilt or not falling in love. Just scaring the freaking fucking shit out of me. Oh my god. Wait, and who's in the coffin thing? My heart is still pounding. That scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Oh no. It couldn't have been him. He was asleep at the time. I've watched him for hours. So it is a double. For a second, like, I didn't say this out loud, but for a second I was like, okay, maybe that guy's, like, imagining something. If there's 2 of him that we're seeing. 2, as I hold up 3 fingers. But I guess not. There must be a double. I don't know, maybe fake body and Caesar, Cesare, whatever, is the real deal. And then he just pretends for the shows when they need to earn money or something. End of Act 4. That's my theory, but I don't know. Is the prisoner secure in his cell? So it's a fake. Oh. Insane asylum. Do you have the patient by the name of Caligari? Well, if you don't have a patient, he must be a doctor there, right? Or he's so insane they don't even know. The director returned earlier today. Perhaps you should speak to him personally. Okay, so then maybe he's a director. Look at that door. It's all slanty. Yep, that's him. Ooh, evil. Yeah, it's time to go. He himself and none other is Caligari. So, I was close saying a doctor, not a patient. While the director, now placed under observation, is sleeping in his villa. I couldn't read that bottom part. So this is his specialty. In the year 1783, a mystique by the name of Caligari, something of numerous villages in northern Italy accompanied by Cesare. So it's pronounced Cesare, because northern Italy. Cesare. Okay. For months he sowed panic amongst village folk through a series of foul murders committed under almost identical circumstances. That's freaky. And of course my battery is dying right when we're at the good part.
So come on folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
Okay, so the battery is charged. I have some root beer. I go puff some candy for myself that is in the other room so you guys don't hear me chewing. So while my battery was charging, I did look up what those pages were saying because I didn't want to go into the film kind of misunderstanding anything. I wanted to make sure I understood what was going on. So basically what those pages were saying is that the director of this asylum was inspired by a story that happened in the 18th century. There used to be a man named Dr. or I don't even know if it was doctor, but there used to be a man named Caligari. And there was a sleepwalker named Cesare, and this Cesare would kill people all throughout northern Italian towns. So that's where we're at right now, and I think the film's going to explain further, so let's jump right back into it. So a puppet the exact likeness of Cesare and which took his place in the cabinet allowed him to divert any suspicion that might fall on this list. Okay. So he's essentially recreating what was happening, is what I'm gathering. So heavily inspired by this creepy story. And that this Cesare is obviously not named Cesare. Finally, that word has been brought to the asylum for admission. So he's using this patient to recreate what he was inspired by. That's creepy. You have to be so fucked up to do that. Like, this poor unsuspecting man, too. Like, this Cesare probably has no idea what's going on. He's just being used. I shall be able to satisfy my life's unwavering wish. Now I shall unravel the psychiatric secrets of the Caligari. Now I shall discover if it is true, that a somnambulist can be compelled to perform acts that in a waking state he would never commit and would be something to him. They need to bring back cursive in schools. I learned cursive. I learned cursive and only had to write cursive for like 1 year of school and we went back to printing. Whether it is true that a sleepwalker can be led to commit even murder. Okay. Fucked up. I mean, is it kind of interesting from a psychological standpoint? Yeah, but will I be the one experimenting all this? No. It's so interesting. Like, why would you want to become this, like, evil monster? I can't reach my pop that is on the floor. Okay. Hold on. What does that mean? And oh my god, we still got one more act, y'all. Okay, du must Caligari werden. You must become Caligari. I could have probably guessed that, but okay. That was interesting, the way they portrayed him going insane, though. We found the sleepwalker out in the fields. So creepy. The tables have turned. I mean, he is insane. You have to be insane to, like, want to do the things he wanted to do and ended up doing. From that day on, the madman never again left his cell. I don't know, there may be a plot twist.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
The music. Like the squeaky sound is back. I like how these set designs, like, oh. Hold that thought. Look, there's Cesare. Never allow him to tell your fortune, or you're dead. Jane, I love you. Won't you be my wife at last? Weird, because Letterboxd synopsis says she was already your wife. We queens are not free to answer the call of our heart. I guess I have time to say this, but I love these set designs because, like, you could tell they're small. But at the same time, whatever they did, they look like they're obviously small, but they have a way of making them look big at the same time. And that's obviously a Caligari. You all think that I'm insane. It isn't true. It's the director who's insane. Oh boy, you're going to the mental asylum. Okay. This music makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. At last I understand his delusion. He thinks I am that mystic Caligari. Now I know exactly how to cure him. So he's always been insane. What? No way. He was just insane this whole time? Or delusional this whole time? No way. That's insane. Hold on. So, this movie took a lot of turns I really wasn't expecting. I'm actually very impressed with this. I'm just so shook with that ending. Oh my goodness. So, listen. Okay. Oh my god, where do I begin? So first of all, I definitely want to say this story went in a direction I definitely didn't expect. Like, the very ending aside, when I was reading the synopsis and then started the movie and they introduced Cesare, I was very much expecting Cesare to not be a sleepwalker. He was in on this crime the whole time with Dr. Caligari. And I guess in a sense, given that ending, because he seemed awake there, just awake and very distant. So I guess in a sense I wasn't way off with that he's not really a sleepwalker. However, that was the direction I was expecting this to go. And once Dr. Caligari's past was revealed, I was expecting that to be it. Like, he was insane this whole time. Francis is gonna have his happy ending. I wanted to talk about, like, imagining this movie invented today, because then I can imagine all the psychoanalytic conversations saying, oh, what's his face? Is Cesare the victim or the culprit? Like, stuff like that. Like, can we really call him a culprit when he's being controlled? But the ending threw me off, okay? So, I will say, I didn't say this aloud because I was afraid I was going to sound dumb, but when Jane, like, called herself a queen, I something about that was off to me. But again, I couldn't put my finger on it, so that's why I was kind of hesitant to say things aloud. I was not expecting Francis to be delusional this whole time. I was not expecting this to all be in his head. But now that I know that, it kind of fucked me up a bit. Like, I'm a little messed up right now. That is insane. I wasn't expecting that from this. Especially because the last two silent horror films I watched, I could kind of, like, guess what was happening as I was going along. I was not expecting that with this. It just to throw me off the way it did. And to have that one jump scare where I jumped out of my skin at that one point. I'm very impressed with this. Like, just at the end of the day, Francis created his own world. Like I tried talking about while watching the movie, I do really like the set designs in this film because, again, like, you could tell the spaces are very small and claustrophobic, but because of camera angles and the shadow and the use of light, I should say, and then I guess the paintings on the set designs themselves, it looked like the space was much bigger than it actually was. I think it was kind of endearing too, because sometimes it just looked like cardboard boxes, and then other times it just looked like really cheap, like, plywall or something, or cheap plaster. But there's something really endearing about that, especially because this is a horror film, so I really do like that. And I'm sure, because I know I mentioned at some point, like, all the slantiness, like, the door was slanted, the windows. Sometimes when you had, like, a wide shot of the setting, you could see the buildings kind of tilt, and I'm sure that added, like, another dimension to what I was seeing, like this claustrophobic space that looked big at the same time. So in conclusion, this was an absolutely great film, and it's so funny because in the beginning of the film, and in the middle too, for a while it was just like an okay movie. Like, I was enjoying myself, but at most I was kind of like, okay, this is like a 2.5 star, 3 out of 5 star movie. But, like, my rating went up a little bit with that ending. Like, it caught me so off guard, and I don't know why I wasn't expecting that from, like, a silent film that's 102 years old. That also hit me while I was watching this film. This movie's 102 years old, and I just wasn't expecting it. Like, I think this is great story writing, especially for back then, given this is, like, the first horror movie. But 102 years old, and it makes me wonder if any of these actors are like, oh, will people be watching this in 100 years' time? Because, like, here we are in 2022 watching a movie that came out in 1920. And I think that's amazing. There's so many things where I wish I was, you know, sitting down in real time experiencing it for the first time, like, when it came out. This is one of those movies, like, I wish I was sitting in a theater in 1920 watching this for the first time like everyone else, because this probably messed a lot of people up. So that's it for the end of this video. The next video will be, I think, The Crucible, which is not part of my spooky movie lineup, but it's just I've been working so hard on that reaction and so long that I just want to get it out there because I'm done. But yep, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. And without further ado, I'm gonna peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao a tutti.